I got a preview of what it's going to be like to cover the 49ers this year at home games. The second to last training camp day was at Levi's Stadium, and they invited the media, and like about 15 of us were sitting in the stands on the first deck watching practice, no music, nothing. And it was like a private screening of a game. It was amazing. And what the main thing that stood out to me, because I didn't play the sport. I played baseball and soccer. And then even though I'm around practices, there's always very loud music. During this time, there wasn't. And you could hear everything the coaches say to the players. And they don't just talk to the players. They're constantly yelling. And it's not like gentle yelling. I mean, the defensive line coach, for example, Chris Kosarik, is screaming during the play, before the play. And it's always like, get off the ball! Get off the ball! And it's like, and the players hear it as, he just wants me to do what he coached me to do. He wants me to move over a little bit to the right. It's not personal. I couldn't take that. Like, if I were on the field and the guy yelled at me like that, I'd be like, how dare you talk to me like that? We have to talk after practice. My dad is going to call you. And we're like, I just couldn't do it. And baseball coaches don't really talk to you like that. There's this whole culture of screaming, almost, I guess, like the military. And
like the Army.
Like the Army. And the players are just built to take it. I guess they've been hearing it since Pee-wees, and they're like, okay, not personal. It's just the way it goes. So during games this year, I'll be able to hear what Kyle Shanahan, Chris Kosarik, Robert Saleh is saying to his team and report it. I mean, it'll be part of the story afterward. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I'm so sorry we have a virus, but what a deal. So in other words, will you be sitting in the stands?
I'll be sitting in the stands, not the press box, on the second deck with about maybe 30 other writers who have a private screening for a real NFL game. It's pretty cool. I know I shouldn't be bragging, and it's really tough for every other one else that can't be there, but I'm bragging.
And Iggy, you'll have a little desk, will you?
I have a little desk. Yep.
Set up with electrical outlets and all that.
Absolutely. Yep.
And you'll be able to hear everything.
It'll be a much better view. Not just, I'll be able to hear everything. You can't hear anything from the press box, but I'll be like 6 floors lower, because we're in the 8th story in the press box. I'll be in the second deck. Not bad.
Now, let's remind people, we sit in press boxes and it's always double pane glass.
Double pane glass.
Plus the crowd noise. So the game has no sound to us.
Right.
The game is a pantomime.
That's right. Also, the press box is down in the end zone. So some part of the game, you can see the team. The other part of the game, even in the stadium, you need binoculars.
That's that way in Dallas.
Seattle too.
Seattle, Chicago.
All the new stadiums realize they should be selling those 50-yard line luxury boxes and putting the media as far away as possible.
So what you're going to have is a game with a soundtrack. You're going to actually hear, not only see the game, it's no longer a pantomime.
Yes.
If Kyle starts using the F word to Jimmy or to somebody,
that's fair game.
And that's fair game. And you can put that in your story, using the F word. You have to find a way to do it. But
yeah, it's like in the Wizard of Oz, where they go from black and white to color. It's like, oh my God, it's a whole different experience. It's a sensory overload. Wow. Right now. Pretty cool.
That's phenomenal. Having said that, Iggy, The Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie.
It is a great movie. I love that movie. It's fantastic. What do you love about it?
Oh, God. Judy Garland.
Yes.
In that movie, Judy Garland.
I'll tell you something I love about it. All the Brooklynisms. I mean, the Cowardly Lion talks like he's from New York. That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's from Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burt Lahr. He was wonderful.
Yeah.
And the Scarecrow and how he wants a brain, but he's really so smart. And I even like the Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
another thing about that movie, it's arguably the best movie ever adapted from a book. I mean, it's one of the examples of a movie that's better than the book it was adapted.
The book is no big deal.
It's a political allegory, right?
Yeah.
About like the silver movement in the 1850s in America. That was stupid. Yeah.
I don't know, somehow we got onto The Wizard of Oz. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever made.
It's your favorite.
Oh, it's absolutely my favorite movie. People need to know that you and I and your brother are constantly talking to each other through The Wizard of Oz. Well, that's a horse of a different color I heard tell of. We're always doing that.
I like the concept of a favorite movie, not a greatest movie. Another one that would be in the running would be Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh,
I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Also, Stand By Me.
Stand By Me is what a movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie, Stand By Me.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we were talking about, but I'm looking forward to watching these games. I wish you guys, it's like this. The way I think about it is it's going to be like when you were in the 80s covering boxing matches ringside.
Oh.
You could hear the punches. You could hear what everyone said.
Iggy, I was at, as you know, I was first row ringside with Hagler Hearns, and when Hagler hit Hearns some body shots, it was right over me, and I actually heard Hearns go, "Ooh."
Yeah.
And I knew, you're not, Tommy, you're not long for this fight.
Yeah. So that's what my experience is going to be like this year. And I'm excited because I don't think football writers have ever had anything like this. There's never been courtside for football writers like there was in the NBA. So hopefully my coverage will be better this year.
Another one of my favorites is Heaven Can Wait.
The remake.
It's a remake. The first one was Here Comes Mr. Jordan with Robert Montgomery, and it's really fun to see Here Comes Mr. Jordan and then Heaven Can Wait. Those are, again, two of my favorites.
Oh, and since we're going with a heaven theme, one of my other favorites is probably my favorite movie about the devil, Angel Heart. It's Mickey Rourke before he got in a car accident or whatever happened to him.
Yeah.
And it's Robert De Niro making a cameo as the devil, and it's got to be the best portrayal of the devil ever in American cinema, I think.
Right, but we have to warn people, it's very dark. It's very good.
It's very dark, but if you're older than 17, I recommend it.
Yeah, okay. Boy, maybe one day we ought to do a whole thing on movies.
We should. And you know what? Now that training camp's over, I'm going to start reading Code of the Woosters, and what we can do is have a little 2-minute segment on what we're reading every week. And that'll encourage me to read because I've been so busy. And I need to make some time throughout the day, just like you made time to read Roald Dahl to me at night.
You know, when I was a teenager, teenagers get bored. And I was like 14 or 15. And I'd say to my mother, Mom, I'm bored. And she'd say, read a book. You know, she didn't say, go out and change the spark plugs in the car.
No.
We didn't even have a car. But no. She said, read a book.
Jews don't change spark plugs. We don't do that.
Right. We don't know what a spark plug is.
I have no idea what a spark plug is, and I'm only half Jewish. But I'm Jewish.
Are we done for today?
I think we could be done for today. I think we kind of stopped talking about football 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but we want to have a movie, a book day. We can have a restaurant day too.
That's right. We could do that too, because I don't know if you guys don't know my dad that well. He got a PhD in English literature from Stanford, was going to be a professor until he realized that that's boring. And then he became a movie critic at the Palo Alto Times. The fact that he became a sports writer was actually totally by chance and improbable. So we can get real in my dad's wheelhouse.
Okay. All right. You know what? This was a lot of fun, Grant. We'll end it, and then I'm going to call you.
All right. Talk to you in a second.
See you guys.